Tallahassee home prices are climbing. Real estate inflation is accelerating. You might be wondering, are we heading towards a new housing bubble? After all, how can people afford homes at these prices? Even so, demand remains strong. All the while, the available supply of homes continues to dwindle. New records are being set each and every month. How do we know when enough is enough? Well, what if we look at Tallahassee home prices over the past 30 years and adjust them for inflation? Wouldn't this give us a more accurate view of how today's soaring prices are being received by buyers? Also, we should factor in mortgage interest rates, as most people who buy a home in Tallahassee finance the purchase with a mortgage. Today's brief housing market report will show you Tallahassee home prices and the corresponding mortgage payments that buyers have obtained since 1991, the first year I began selling homes in Tallahassee. Hey there, this is Joe Manausa with Joe Manausa Real Estate, bringing you another Tallahassee real estate market report. If you already are a subscriber, thank you and welcome back. If you are new to our channel and you appreciate thorough and accurate housing market reports, answers to your real estate frequently asked questions, and virtual tours of some of the nicest homes in Tallahassee, then you've come to the right location. Hit subscribe to get started and the bell so you never miss anything. Today's report was assembled from data pulled from 3 different sources. I got the home sales in Tallahassee from Metro Market Trends, as this includes all sales in Leon County, including those not found in the MLS. I obtained the Consumer Price Index, which is the measure of inflation, from usainflationcalculator.com. And finally, I pulled average mortgage interest rates from the Freddie Mac website. By combining these 3 sets of data, I was able to develop a graph of home prices and average mortgage payments adjusted with inflation, so we could compare the real change over the past 30 years. Hey, real quick, before we see the graph, if you like this video and the information that it provides, please take a moment to click on the thumbs up, subscribe, and then click the bell so that you receive notice when we publish new market reports. This is the inflation-adjusted Tallahassee home affordability graph. The blue shaded area shows the inflation-adjusted average home price, while the red line shows the inflation-adjusted average mortgage payment for homes purchased during those years. This adjusted data evaluates home affordability across 30 years with comparable spending power for buyers, because all home prices and mortgage payments have been devalued back to $1991 by using the Consumer Price Index. In other words, each year was adjusted to compare with 1991 based upon inflation. You can think of it like this. A larger mortgage payment in 2020 is as easy for today's average buyer to handle as a smaller one was back in 1991 due to inflation. The mortgage payment is currently enjoying a double whammy when you consider how much lower mortgage interest rates are compared with the 9+% rate in 1991. When adjusted back to $1991 dollars, today's average mortgage payment is $525 per month compared to the $585 per month we saw 30 years ago. That means today's home buyer is spending about 10% less each month than what would have been spent in 1991. In fact, mortgage payments for the past 10 years have been relatively lower than what homeowners were paying in the 1990s. Even as we see record highs for home prices, when we consider inflation coupled with lower mortgage interest rates, we're enjoying the best home affordability in Tallahassee going back perhaps to the 1960s, though my data is only from 1991 and beyond. I know mortgage interest rates were sky high in the 1970s and 80s, so I suspect buyers were paying relatively large mortgage payments back then. So what does this all mean for the prospects of another housing bubble? It's just not going to happen anytime soon. If you watch our regular market reports on the Joe Manausa Real Estate channel on YouTube, then you know that the supply of homes is at historical low levels right now. There just aren't enough homes to meet the current rate of demand. And when we examine demand, we find it to be normal in that it's not speculative buying like we saw from 2004 to 2006, and builders are not producing homes at record rates like they were back then. Remember, a housing bubble occurs when supply outraces demand, and so much inventory in the market creates falling home prices. We're just not in that leg of the housing market cycle. Right now, conditions are exactly opposite of a housing bubble. So no, we're not going to see a housing bubble anytime soon. But we might be facing a different challenge from hyperinflation. If we do not start to produce homes at a faster pace, then we're going to see home prices grow at an even faster rate. Currently, I'm measuring the median home appreciation rate at 6.4% in Tallahassee, double our historical norm. If we do not fix the supply side, this could go crazy in a heartbeat. I believe this is strong evidence that today is the best chance you'll have to get a low price on a home. Of course, 2012 was the absolute best time ever, but we can't go back, can we? But tell me what you think. Is there a reason to believe home prices might come down? If you think so, please tell me why in the comment section below.